In the quiet city of Austin, Texas, where oak trees swayed with the warm southern breeze and the evenings often glowed with golden sunsets, lived Laura Mitchell, a 36-year-old woman known for her gentle heart and quiet determination. Laura worked as a high school English teacher admired by her students for the way she made even the dullest stories come alive. She was married to Michael Mitchell, a civil engineer whose long hours often kept him away from home, and together they had a son named Ryan who had just turned 15. Ryan was at that age where childhood innocence was fading but the responsibilities of adulthood hadn't fully arrived. He loved basketball, sketching in his notebook, and listening to music late at night in his room. Laura often said Ryan was the heart of their home. His laughter echoed in the living room, and his kindness, though sometimes hidden beneath teenage stubbornness, was one of the things she cherished most. One stormy Thursday evening, Laura returned home from school carrying a bag full of graded papers. Michael had texted that he'd be late again. Another project deadline. The house was quiet except for the pattering of rain against the windows. She walked down the hallway, and when she passed Ryan's room, the door was slightly open. She peeked inside and froze, because Ryan was sitting at his desk with his head buried in his arms, shoulders shaking, and it was clear he was crying. Laura's heart tightened. Ryan wasn't the type to cry openly. She stepped in gently and whispered, "Ryan?" He looked up, quickly wiping his tears, insisting he was fine and blaming homework stress, but Laura knew better. She crossed the room, knelt beside him, and touched his hand, telling him he didn't need to hide from her. For a long moment he stayed silent before finally confessing in a rush that he felt like he didn't fit anywhere, that at school everyone was better at something. Sports, grades, making friends, and that his dad was always too busy and he didn't want to bother him, so he just felt invisible. Laura's heart broke. She pulled him into her arms and told him he was never invisible to her, that he was everything. That night, something shifted between them. It wasn't sudden or dramatic but gentle and powerful. Laura realized her son was growing and facing struggles she hadn't noticed before, and Ryan realized his mom wasn't just a teacher or a caretaker but someone who truly saw him. From that day, Laura made a promise to herself. No matter how busy life got, she would be present for Ryan. She started small, sitting with him at the table before cooking dinner to ask about his day, inviting him to watch old movies with her when Michael was late, and giving him space to share. One weekend Ryan shyly showed her his sketchbook, and inside were pages filled with pencil drawings of landscapes, basketball courts, and even portraits. Laura was stunned, calling his work incredible, but Ryan downplayed it as doodles. She told him firmly that it was more than that he had a gift, and that he saw the world differently and put it on paper, which was rare. From then on, Ryan began opening up more, and the quiet wall between mother and son dissolved. Michael eventually noticed the changes too. One evening, he came home earlier than usual and found Laura and Ryan laughing in the kitchen while baking cookies. He leaned against the doorframe, realizing he had missed moments like this, and it struck him how much his work had consumed him. Later that night, after Ryan had gone to bed, Michael sat with Laura on the couch and told her she was incredible, thanking her for being there for both him and Ryan. Laura reminded him that family mattered more than deadlines and that what they had was worth protecting. Months passed, and Ryan's confidence grew. He entered a local art contest with one of his drawings, encouraged by Laura and Michael. When he won third place, the pride in his face was unforgettable. That night he told Laura that if she hadn't believed in him, he would never have even tried. Walking in on her son that stormy evening and choosing to stay rather than walk away had changed Laura's life forever. It deepened her bond with Ryan, gave him courage to see himself differently, and reminded Michael to cherish the little things. Their home wasn't perfect overnight, no family ever is, but it became warmer, more open, and more connected. And it all began with a simple moment of love, a mother choosing to listen when her son needed her most.